For all the best boxing content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and punch that bell for notifications.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Deadwood Mountain Grand here in Deadwood, South Dakota, where tonight's action is brought to you by DiBella's DiBella Entertainment and Showtime. Sponsored by the Deadwood Mountain Grand, a Holiday Inn Resort in historic Deadwood, South Dakota. Gallardi Insurance, you perform, we protect. South Dakota Tourism, great faces, great places, and regional helping patients and communities live well. Your three judges scoring this contest are Ray Danseco, Juan Carlos Pelayo, and Benoit Roussel. And the referee in charge when the bell sounds is Mark Nelson. Introducing first, fighting to my right, out of the blue corner, he comes in wearing the red trunks trimmed with the white. Official weight, 247 3/4 pounds. His record stands at 14 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 1 no contest, 8 wins coming by way of knockout. From Detroit, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, here is Craig Silu, by the way, Lewis. And his opponent fighting to my left, out of the red corner, he comes in wearing the black and the white. Official weight, 256 1/2 pounds. As a professional, he's undefeated, 13 wins, 8 of those coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Auckland, New Zealand, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the undefeated Junior Fa.
Gentlemen, you received my instructions earlier. You both know what I expect. A good, clean fight, obey my commands, and protect yourself at all times. Touch them up. Good luck.
And a nice crowd, as you said, on hand for this one. Round 1. Fa, good jab. And he's already got Lewis going backward.
Well, Fa did say he wanted to establish that distance. That's why he went right after him with that jab.
Good right hand. Caught Lewis. Lewis off balance right from the get-go.
Break, don't punch.
Before, Barry, you mentioned Lewis played basketball. He says the footwork involved in basketball made him very effective as a heavyweight.
Get your hands free, guy. Get out of there.
We'll see.
Pretty good right hand right there by Fa.
While using that jab as a measuring stick, he said he was going to try to bait him in. Could have caught him there. You saw Lewis kind of lean forward when he throws that 1-2. He's not really a guy that's going to come forward all the time. He said his thing is to box, move around, and use the whole ring.
And I think that's Fa's instincts also. He's not a guy that's going in there necessarily looking for a quick knockout.
Even though last time he surprised us. I mean, he started quick and, you know, he hurt his opponent and had that killer instinct and went after him.
You know, sometimes fighters score quick knockouts and gain reputations that aren't necessarily real.
That was a good jab, the right hand behind it by Fa.
Fa with that one-round knockout on Showbox, and it's not all that different from Julius Ndongo in our main event, winning his title by knocking out Troy Yanofsky with one punch. Yet Ndongo's really more of a boxer than a puncher.
See, he has the word autism on his trunks. He has a son who is diagnosed with autism, and very much of a family guy is Fa. Doesn't like being away from home in New Zealand. He'll go back after this fight and then come back before his next fight.
He was lunging with that left hook. That could be dangerous. I mean, he threw it from a mile away.
Yeah, and he's off balance after he throws it.
We asked Fa if he liked fighting tall opponents. His answer was interesting. He said yes, because all the good heavyweights in the world are tall, meaning Joshua Wilder, exactly.
Good double left hand that time by Fa. Pretty dominant first round by the New Zealander.
You're not going to see Lewis trying to knock out Fa. You know, he said he's more about boxing, all about finesse. He's not about the power. In the boxing game, you got to try to look for the knockout. The guy, you hurt the guy, you got to retaliate.
Especially in this division, Raul, right?
The heavyweights, all it takes is one shot.
Obey the bell here. Time.
I would call that an effective first round for Fa. We had a chance to talk with both of these fighters about their game plan coming in here. Here first is Junior Fa.
I think Craig Lewis likes his jab, so I'm going to try and take that away from him straight away. I'm going to force him back and just basically make him feel my power, and I'm just going to basically keep him on the back foot, struggling to come up with things to use against me.
Work angles, side to side, keep them moving, keep them guessing, never let them find me, never know where I'm at. I know for sure I cannot lay on the ropes like as a previous opponent did, and that's not going to be an issue for me. My defense is good, my jab is good. All I got to do is knock them out and don't leave it to the judge's hands.
So here we go, round two. Very effective first round, as we said, for Junior Fa.
Indeed, Barry, only 4 power shots landed by Lewis in the first round.
Double jab from Fa. Fa showed a pretty effective jab.
Get out of there, guys. Get out on your own.
There's a good left hand that drives Lewis back into the ropes where he said he didn't want to be.
Get your hands free. Get your hands free, guys. Break, don't punch. I got it.
Lewis may have said he doesn't look for the knockout, but you do get the impression that if he's not going to outbox Fa.
Exactly.
The impression that he's going to have to land something big.
Good sharp right hand again by Fa.
Well, he's got to try to get Fa's respect because Fa keeps coming forward. Only thing I don't like about Fa is only single jab, and he needs to jab more. I'd like to see 2 or 3 more jabs from Fa. I don't like the way Lewis carries his jab hand low and he carries his chin up in the air. Watch him get caught with a 1-2
Don't punch here.
from Fa. His chin is up too high, a little bit too high, and dropping his jab hand.
There was a combination of right hand lead and left behind him.
Yeah, that left hook, did that land? It might have grazed. I think Fa's setting up a little too far away. Although with the reach he has, I guess he can get away with that.
You talked about the weight loss in Fa, and he does look very good tonight. Physically, he looks very good.
He looks a lot better.
Stop.
He is a good athlete. In fact, he talked to us. He was a rugby player until the age of 14, and he said he stopped playing rugby because he was too violent.
Guys, get out of there.
So he got into boxing. Good right hand again.
A nice peaceful game like boxing.
Yes, exactly.
Punch, be careful.
I might have been inclined to take up knitting.
Well, he knows the stakes. You know, he made an impression in his American debut on Showbox. And we've said it a million times, in the heavyweight division, it doesn't take a lot to be a star, to become a quasi-contender or a top 20 guy.
It's good. Good job.
And we've seen quite a lot of it lately, as a matter of fact. Big Baby Miller is the guy that immediately comes to mind.
Stop.
Fa seems to be punching first, and that's benefiting him quite a bit. I don't know if that's because Lewis wants to counter. They're Fa counters with a right hand.
Come on, get out of there, guys. Get your hands free. Step out of there. Break.
You see Fa doing all the damage, and 47% is a very high percentage, our show stats tell us, of his power shots landed.
Quick jab and right hand behind it, a little bit short.
Come on. Don't punch here.
Final 10 seconds of the second round, and it's more of same for Junior Fa.
Yeah, that's another round for Fa.
Time. Here we go.
This is round 3. Scheduled for 8. They want more out of Craig Lewis, as you heard. That was Tony Jack in his corner.
Yeah, they told him the right thing. I mean, he's got to get that respect from Fa. He's letting him dictate the pace of the fight. He's doing whatever he wants with him. And for Fa in this corner, they said, you got to jab a little bit more to find that right distance. That way he could land that power shot.
That's
even if he just even if he just puts his jab out there. I mean, he's a big guy, long arms. Just put it out there to measure, like a measuring stick, to find that distance.
That's what you were saying in the last round.
Correct. Yes.
Keep your head up, man.
Referee Mark Nelson from the nearby neighboring state of Minnesota.
Good left hand there from Fa. Little uppercut slipped in by Lewis.
Step back, clean.
And one thing to start to keep in mind is that Lewis only had a 2-week training camp for this fight.
Careful, watch your head. Get out of there, guys. Step out of there.
Well, Fa needs to take advantage of that and pound that body, weaken that stomach, weaken them legs.
We asked him
2-week
yesterday.
training camp means.
Yeah, well, we asked him how, I think, Steve, you asked him what percentage are you? And he said mentally 100%, physically 70 to 90.
How do you figure that? How does he figure the percentages out?
He took out a slide.
You're either
rule.
ready or you're not ready.
Yeah.
Well, one thing is his mouth is now open.
Yeah.
I seem to say that about every second fighter we have on our shows, but that's an indication that he might be a little bit gassed early in this fight.
And we got to remember, we're high altitude here,
Yep.
like 44,500 feet up in India.
Yes.
I felt it today when we went and visited Mount Rushmore. I guess I'm getting out of shape, Barry.
No, you're in great shape, but the altitude does get you.
Yeah.
Now you see, neither fighter seems to be all that anxious to fight on the inside.
No, be careful.
Well, we've seen more of Fa than we did last time. That's the good news.
Yeah.
He's not doing a lot, but he's doing a little bit more than Lewis.
The right hand. And again, an opportunity, I think, for Fa to counter, but he didn't do it.
Too many 1-2s. 1-2s by Fa, but he's not coming back and finishing with something. See, 1-2 again. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. 1-2, hook, right hand. Put your combinations together.
I do think right now Lewis is at about a half a tank.
Yes, yes. He is huffing and puffing in there.
Come on. Let's fight here. Come on, give me some clean rounds.
Fa's very relaxed.
Stop, don't punch. Step back, step back. Time.
End of 3.
Come on, give me a clean round, guys.
Oh, fast and explosive 1-2 there by Fa.
Yeah.
Punch
That's
out
what he
there.
needs.
Punch out there. Get out there.
Oh yeah, Lewis. He's running out of gas.
He is, yeah, very quickly. This with the right hand. Right hand got there. The second right hand from Fa.
Get your hands free.
You often hear a trainer tell a fighter, aim for the opponent's chest. If Fa does that with his right hand, he's going to hit Lewis right on the chin. Because look how Lewis bends to his right side to slip that 1-2.
Fa being very patient, maybe even a little bit too patient.
Well, he's doing a good job of keeping his desired distance.
Left hand drove Lewis into the ropes.
That's not that hard to do because Lewis isn't coming forward. So Fa can set the distance as he pleases.
Break, stop, don't punch.
There's a left hand from Lewis.
Jumping with those punches.
Break, no, it's okay, I got it. Step back. You good?
Little welt alongside the right eye of Lewis.
Stop.
Again, a left hand
No,
from
punch. Be
Fa.
careful.
Yeah, he's just missing that 1-2. He landed it with his first punch of this round. But since the right glove is sliding by because Lewis is ducking to his right.
Well, Fa breathing through his mouth a little bit also. There's a good left hand. And for a moment, that wobbled Lewis.
See Fa let him backing up now, trying to catch him, trying to bait him coming in.
Stop, don't punch. Stop. Thank you.
I want to see more combinations from Fa. I'm telling you, if he puts his hands together, he'll stop this guy. He's letting him recover. He throws a 1-2, and the guy recovers.
Is he too much 1-2, Raul? Because I don't see many left hooks.
I see the jab again, jab, 1-2.
Or 1-2, yeah.
That's it. That's all I see.
No left hooks.
No left hooks, and then come back again with the lead.
Get your hands free. Get out of there, guys. There you go.
Now Lewis trying to come forward a little bit more now, but not being any more effective trying to come forward than he was when he wasn't doing that.
His hands are lower now, and he's breathing through the mouth. I think he's coming forward because Fa wants him to come forward.
Stop! Don't punch. Step back. Step back. Time.
You know, Barry, I know Anthony Joshua, of course, is a big favorite over Joseph Parker in a fight we'll see from Wales on Showtime Championship Boxing. But imagine if Parker pulled off the upset and Junior Fa can run around saying, I beat this guy twice in the amateurs.
Exactly.
That would boost his stock big time.
Think that might make for a big fight in New Zealand also?
Heck yeah.
And I tell you what, psychologically, when a guy beats you in the amateurs and you find it's happened a lot of times. Where guys got beaten in the amateurs.
Yeah.
The guy that comes to mind right now, Shane Mosley and Vernon Forrest. You know, Forrest, the late Vernon Forrest beat him in the amateurs, and he couldn't beat. You know, Shane couldn't beat him in the pros.
A lot of posing being done by Fa right now. There's a right hand lead and left behind it. That's been an effective combination.
He's landing that left when he follows the right lead, but he's jumping in. And he's off balance. A left hook would catch him flush. He's got to keep his balance a little bit better.
Get your hands free. Get your hands free, guys.
And Lewis, much like Fa, I don't see a lot of left hooks coming from him either.
That was a wild right hand from Lewis, right over the top of the head of Fa.
But you know, as he tires, that's exactly what he's going to need to do, because if he doesn't land one of those bombs, he's just going to get slowly worn down.
Right. Right hand from Lewis.
I mean, I know these guys are heavyweights. They depend on their power. They're big, you know, maybe 1-2 shot, but I just don't understand why Fa's not fit.
I was going to say a moment ago.
Finish it up. Finish up with that left hook.
I thought Lewis's right hand got Fa's attention. Then Fa came back with the right hand of his own.
I'll tell you guys, for both guys, I mean, their legs are looking pretty heavy now, pretty flat-footed.
Well, for what it's worth, this is, I'd say this is the best round for Lewis, no?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of him doing a little more and Fa doing a little less.
Now you see Fa holding.
I was going to say,
holding, yeah.
I think both these guys are getting pretty gassed.
Fa needs to find a way to get that left hook in. He needs to throw maybe a 1-2, take a step back, and let Lewis fall into his left hook. He's there for that.
Not a bad round for Lewis, though.
No.
So we come to round 6 of this 8-round fight, and things may be leveling a little bit here.
Would you call it a second win for Lewis? Maybe.
Maybe. Huh?
Perhaps. He outlanded Fa 13-9. First time he's done that in a round in this fight.
Step back. Come on, guys.
It's amazing that if he did get a second wing in the 2-week camp and he got a second wing, can you imagine if he had a real camp?
And this is a fighter also in Lewis who's had problems with his hand. His right hand has given him problems.
That's right.
He told us he'd probably switch. He does switch to southpaw. He hasn't done it at all in this fight.
He's being the pursuer right now.
Punch out of there.
Fa continues to lay in on him quite a lot.
I think what we're not seeing from Fa is creativity and adjustments. I don't think he's making many adjustments.
Be careful. Let him go.
Those adjustments would be firing that right hand a little lower, finishing his combos with a left hook, as Raul's been calling for.
Get your hands free, guys. Step out of there.
Yeah, you're right, Steve. I mean, he doesn't change it up. I mean, it's basically the same combinations.
Break.
He doesn't have like a plan A, plan B, plan C. Change it up.
There's that right hand lead again. Missed that time.
Watch your heads.
Good jab by Fa. He's got to keep that punch as part of his arsenal.
Stop.
And what's happening now is one punch and a tie-up.
Yeah. Well, Lewis is ducking down. I don't know if Fa would be in position to land an uppercut, but that would be another adjustment.
That right hand right there from Fa was kind of a here it comes right hand.
Get your hands free, guys. Come on, box out of there.
Going away presence there from Lewis.
There's a right hand from Lewis. And there's Fa finally with a pair of right hands.
That's good for a change.
Yeah.
Gives us more to talk about.
Yeah.
Stop.
And as Lewis gets more fatigued, you figure his head movement won't be as considerable, and he's going to be more of a sitting duck for that right hand.
That's a good jab from
He does
Lewis.
have a good jab.
But only one.
Every once in a while he lands it.
I mean, neither guy is doing something special that really catches my eye. Like,
Come on, step
I got a lot to learn.
Lots.
Lots.
Round 7. Trying to tell Lewis that he can win this fight. And I believe in Fa's corner, they were talking about maybe the uppercut. They call it by number rather than name, but quite sure that's what he's referring to.
I agree. Change that lead into an uppercut. And you know, I believe in Lewis's corner. He still has a chance to win this fight because if you saw Fa in the corner, he was worried about what round it is. You know, he's tired.
Steve, on your scorecard, you have given 1 round to Lewis, as have I.
Got it just like that guy. 59,
Stop.
55.
Step back.
5, yeah. The last 4 fights, Fa has averaged 47 punches around. Tonight, 34 punches around. That's part of the problem. He's not busy enough.
Step back. Get out of there. Break. I got it.
Been training in Las Vegas for this fight.
That's kind of interesting, Barry, because Joseph Parker.
There we go.
There's a good left hand right there, and he did throw the hook.
There we go.
And another one.
Hey, look at what he discovered. A left hook.
About time.
It works.
All he's got to do is be fast and explosive. I know in one of them rounds, maybe like 2 or 3 rounds back, he came out with a fast, explosive 1-2. He needs to do that with a 1-2 hook. Use his speed.
Break.
Well, if you're looking for a dramatic ending, neither of these fighters has ever been down.
And I'm not sure I'd put any money on the fact that they will be in this fight either. There's a nice combination. Left hand and right behind him.
Fast and explosive.
Fa goes right back to the same combination.
Yeah, and it seems like Lewis was worn down by that last combination, even more than he had been prior.
Stop. Step back. Be careful.
Again, a right hand, and both guys got there with a right hand, I think, and now it's Fa going backward.
Yeah, because Lewis got the best of it. He got the best of that exchange.
I thought he did
punch,
too.
yeah.
You know, when you hurt a fighter like this at heavyweight, but it's late in the fight.
Fa's still going backward.
He is. When Lewis,
Watch your head.
it's just impossible because he's tired. It's impossible for Lewis to establish the distance he needs to follow up. Fa can hold him, he can hold Fa. That's why you're not seeing any more damage done.
Well, they crowd each other and they lean on each other. That's what they do. That's what they're doing.
That's what heavyweights do.
Yeah, resting on each other.
Give me a clean round, guys. Give me a clean round.
So here we go, round 8. Both corners saying don't clinch.
That's tough to say, tough to do when you're tired.
Yeah.
They're both out of gas.
And, you know, sometimes the show stats is a big right
Combination.
hand.
Yeah, actually 4 unanswered from Fa.
Sometimes the show stats don't necessarily match the unofficial scorecard. And show stats have Lewis landing 69 punches to Fa's 68 at this point, yet I have Fa well ahead.
Yeah, I do too.
So let's see what happens.
Those ropes, incidentally, are very loose on that side of the ring. Both sides, actually.
That's a little dangerous when you have heavyweights.
Yeah.
Who weigh what these guys weigh.
Get your hands free. Break.
And Fa continues to hold.
Well, I'll give Lewis credit in one sense. He looked gassed, like he had no chance of going the distance about 4 rounds ago. And not only has he finished this fight, but he's had his better moments in the second half of the fight.
I thought so too. I've given him 2 rounds, and they're both in the second half of the fight.
Break, come on.
Well, I guess when you've scored a first-round knockout in your TV debut, it's kind of hard to produce the proper encore, and Fa has not done that.
Break. Don't punch.
No, I would say very much of a work in progress.
Yes.
Uh-oh, mouthpiece. Somebody's mouthpiece.
Time. Who's
I believe it's Lewis's mouthpiece. And they're going to take their good old time cleaning this off.
Thank you.
Looking at a tired guy right here.
Yeah, I think
Time
both
in.
fighters enjoyed that timeout.
Get your hands free, guys. Box out of there.
That was an opportunity for Fa as Lewis ducked right into that right hand, but it kind of went by his ear. It was a good, strong left jab by Fa. Another one.
Break.
Well, he's smart to not have abandoned the jab.
Yeah, you're right, Steve. He kept using the jab no matter what. I would have loved to see him use the jab even more. He didn't use it enough.
No, and now, because he's fatigued, when he throws the 1-2, he falls in.
Break.
Left hand underneath by
Break.
Lewis.
I got it.
Yeah, how many left hooks has he thrown? Not very many.
Not a lot.
Fa should be getting hit by that left hook. I mean, he telegraphs it. You see Lewis telegraph it from long distance. He shouldn't be getting hit by that kind of hook.
Final 10 seconds, and I think both these guys are going to be glad it's over.
Time.
That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. Judge at ringside, Ray Danseco has the contest 76-76, a draw. Overruled by Judge Juan Carlos Pelayo, who has the bout 78-74, and Benoit Roussel, who scores the bout 79-73 for your winner by majority decision. And still undefeated, Junior Fa.
Well, I would put that in the category of one of those drawing board fights. Go back, see what you did, see what you need to do, come out and try to do it again.